Hello, and welcome back to Learning to Play. This is lesson 3. We're really cruising now. This one is a really short one about something called the major scale. Now, that might sound like a music-y theory kind of term, but I'm pretty sure you already know what the major scale is. It's the do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do pattern that you've probably heard before. Sound familiar?
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti.
Great. The major scale is 8 notes, starting on do and ending on do. That second do is 1 octave higher than the first, and we can start on any note of the piano keyboard that we want. Let's try to find a major scale on the piano. Okay, let's find C. Remember, that's the cat in front of the doghouse. We can play the major scale starting on C by playing all the white keys in progression until we get to the next C, like this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Give it a shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sounds pretty good. You just played the C major scale. Why do we call it the C major scale? Well, because we started with the note C. If we were to start on D and figure out the do, re, mi notes from there, that would give us the D major scale. Since you know from before that we have 12 different keys on the piano keyboard, we can play 12 different major scales. The note that we start on will determine the name of the scale. So if we start on F, it'll be the F major scale. If we start on A sharp, otherwise known as B flat, that'll be the A sharp or B flat major scale, etc. Now you can figure out the major scale by ear, plunking out notes until you have the ones that sound like the do, re, mi pattern you recognize. And that can be a great exercise for you singers out there, since training your ear and how you hear notes is almost as important as training your voice when it comes to good singing. There's another way that is foolproof in terms of figuring out the major scale, and that is by using our steps knowledge. All right. Remember that there is 1/2 step between any one piano key and the next piano key. Like here from C to C sharp, or like here from E to F. Let's label a 1/2 step by using a lowercase h for half. And remember, there is 1 whole step between 2 piano keys that have another piano key between them, like C and D, or E and F sharp. Let's label a whole step using a capital W for whole. So let's go back to the C major scale. We will find, if we count in steps, the pattern, which will always be the same for every major scale, will be whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step. Let's try it. C, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and then half step. So now let's try that with the D major scale. We'll use the same pattern of whole steps and half steps to figure out the 8 notes that we need. We'll start on D, that's the dog in the doghouse, and then whole step. The next whole step, remember, it's only a 1/2 step between E and F, so it will be up here at this F sharp. And then half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and then the final half step will bring us back to do and the next D up the scale. Practice that for a little while. Pause and check that out on the keyboard. Try that for as many of the different keys as you like. You'll find that it works in every single case. You can figure out any major scale on the piano starting at any note as long as you keep that pattern in mind. Whole step, half step, whole step, half step. Or, why would horses want witches wearing hats? I'm not sure that that mnemonic device is going to actually help you remember the pattern, but you'll see how we make a major chord out of a major scale. And that's coming up in the next video, which it's just about time for right now. So I'll see you there in the next video.